Hello everyone, my name is Sophia. Today we have a 30-minute Vinyasa flow, focusing on building strength, balance and stability in the body. So when you're ready, come into a comfortable seat in a child's pose with your hands in front of you, forehead resting on the mat, and either knees together or knees apart. So a little reminder today, just be playful throughout this practice. Have fun experimenting and challenging yourself in these poses. Or if today is not the day, just be kind and gentle to yourself. Respect your body's limitations and don't go anywhere where it feels uncomfortable or any pain. And just connect with the breath, breathing in through our nose. And let it go, exhale out through the mouth. Maybe doing this one more time, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Closing the mouth, just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. When you're ready, placing the hands to the right hand side and stretching out the left side of the body, leaning into the left side, taking a few breaths here. Coming back to center, reaching your hands over to the left hand side of the body, really leaning into the right, really feeling that stretch in the right side of the body. Again, taking a few breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Remember, throughout this practice, use the breath to connect with the mind and the body. Today we will need the breath when we're practicing balancing poses. And coming up to tabletop position, hands and wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And when you're ready, we're going to take our right arm in front of us and our left foot back, raising them up, coming into a bird dog, holding this for a couple breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. Last breath here. Really inhale to elongate and then exhale, elbow kisses the knee. And inhale, stretching out. Exhale, elbow kisses the knee. And last time, inhale, stretching. And exhale, knee kisses the elbow, placing that back down, coming onto our left side, reaching our left arm or hand in front of us, and then our right leg back, level, coming into a bird dog hold for a breath. Really inhale here to elongate, last time. And then exhale, meet knee to elbow, coming into a bird dog. Inhale to rise, and exhale, elbow to knee. Last time, inhale to rise, and exhale, elbow to knee. Placing that back down, coming back into our tabletop position. Now here we're just going to be a bit playful and start rolling over our wrists, bending in our knees, making a big circle anti-clockwise. Inhale as we rise, exhale, bend in the knees. Inhale to rise, exhale, bend in the knees, maybe switching sides, going to clockwise. Maybe moving your neck, moving your chest around, really just feeling into space in your body. And then untuck the toes, sending the hips up into our downward dog, first downward dog of the day. pedaling out those heels to the mat, really just alternating. Here we want to make sure we're really sending the hips up to the sky and really pushing the mat away from us, really spreading those fingertips. Maybe one more breath here. Really enjoy this pose, the first downward dog of the day. And when you're ready, just gently walk those feet up towards the top of the mat, meeting the hands, coming into our first forward fold. And then gently really let go of the upper body, maybe clasping the elbows, coming into a ragdoll. Just enjoying releasing all of the tension in the upper body. Slight bend in the knees. You don't want to be stretching the back of the legs just yet. And then let that go, let your arms melt and go towards the mat and gently roll your spine up, one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last to come up. Really enjoy this feeling. And just take a breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. Coming into mountain pose at the top of the mat. Now we're going to play around with our balance a bit, so really grounding the feet in the floor. And we're going to come up to our tiptoes and balance there for a couple of breaths. So when you're ready, shifting the weight onto the tiptoes, raising those heels up, holding here for a breath. Then lowering back down. Then doing this again, raising onto your tiptoes for a breath. And lowering down one more time. Balancing on the tiptoes, fixing your gaze. And lowering down when you're ready. Okay, we're going to do a few sun salutations. So Surya Namaskara A. So when you're ready, inhale together, rising our arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward, hinging at the hips. Hands meet feet at the mat. Forward fold. Really bending the knees, resting the chest on the knees, on the thighs. And then inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back, flat back. Then exhale, planting the hands. And then gently step back to a high plank. Making sure our shoulders are over wrists. And here, drop the knees. We'll do first one together, modified. And lower the chest, exhaling all the way to the floor. And inhale, roll the shoulders back, coming into cobra. And then exhale, untuck the toes, push the floor away, sending the hips up into the sky, coming into our downward dog. We're only staying here for a breath, so breathing in through our nose and out through the nose. And when you're ready, looking forwards, coming onto our fingertips, and take a big step up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold, chest meets thighs, let the head go, let the neck go. And then inhale, engaging the glutes, lifting up, rising up all the way to the top, hands overhead. And exhale, our hands meet at prayer center and we open up to Samasthiti or Tadasana, whichever one you want to call it. Let's do this again. Inhale to rise the hands up overhead. Exhale, swan dive down, chest meets thighs, hands at the top, bottom of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, exhale, plant in the hands, take a big step back to high plank. Taking a breath here. And then exhale, full chaturanga, or drop the knees, coming up to upward dog or cobra. And exhale, roll over the toes back into our downward dog. Staying here for a breath. Again, gently lower those heels to the floor, really stretching the back of our legs. And when you're ready, inhale, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, hands overhead. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. Open it up. Okay, making sure we have our block or high book next to us. We're going to need it in a second. Before that, take a big step back with your left foot and angle that foot to the side of the mat and our front foot facing forward, making sure our hips are open to the long side of the mat. Bend in that front knee, lifting our arms up to parallel, coming into our warrior two. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Really focus on relaxing the shoulders, our gaze over our top hand, making sure our knee is directly over our ankle. So you'll be able to see your big toe if you look down. And on your next inhale, straighten that front leg, lean forward. And place that top hand, that right hand on the shin, lifting our left hand up to the sky, looking upwards, coming into our triangle, really opening up our hips to the side, but making sure our bum is not stuck out. The next pose, we're going to go into our half moon. So this is where you're going to need your block. So just making sure your block is placed. And when you're ready, really reach for that block or the floor and elevate your back leg. So your left leg is raised and your right leg is placed grounded on the floor, lifting our left arm up to the sky. This is coming into our half moon. It's okay to wobble, just really roll with it. Really connect back to the breath. Steady breath, steady mind, steady body. And maybe to challenge yourself, you might actually raise off the floor for a breath until you come back. Placing that back foot down, coming back into our warrior two. And then cartwheeling the hands down, coming back into our high plank, stepping it back. And let's do a full vinyasa. So inhale at plank and then exhale to lower the body down. And then inhale to upward dog and exhale to downward dog. Well done everyone, that was a difficult one. And when you're ready, inhale, walk, step or jump to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to rise up, hands meet overhead. And exhale, hands lower to heart center. Okay, let's do the other side with a big smile on our face. We know what's coming. So shifting the weight into the left foot, stepping our right foot back. Again, angling that foot to the side of the mat. Our front foot's towards the front of the mat, facing forward. Bending that front knee. And making sure our arms are parallel, looking over that top hand, coming into our warrior two. Staying here for a couple of breaths. And on your next inhale, Really stretch that into that front leg. Lean forward, placing our left hand on the inside of our shin, raising our right hand up to the sky, looking at that top hand coming into our triangle. Here the key is to just really open the chest out to the side, trying not to stick the bum out, the back. Last breath here. And on your next inhale, we're going to reach for our block coming into our half moon on the other side. So really elevate that back foot to halfway, open up those hips to the side, and looking up at that top hand. Or if your hand is elevated, your left hand is elevated, you would be looking down to the floor or to the mat. The goal here is really to try and open up that right hip. Last breath here. Maybe hand elevated, really to challenge yourself in this balancing pose. It's a very difficult one, and stepping that back to our warrior two. Well done, everyone. Cartwheel the hands down, coming back into our high plank. Really inhale here, then exhale, lower the chest to the floor. Inhale to upward dog and exhale to downward dog. Having a nice little rest here. Okay, on our next inhale, raising that right foot up to three-legged dog, and exhale, knee to nose, hold it here for a breath, then planting that right foot down behind the hands and reaching our hands overhead. Our back heel is elevated, coming into our crescent lunge, looking forward, shoulders relaxed, knee is directly over the ankle. Staying here for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to lean forward and really shift our weight into our right foot, coming onto the tiptoes of our back foot. And either stay here in arrow, which is a real challenge, or really shift the weight into that right leg and elevate that back foot, coming into our warrior three. And either placing our hands overhead in front of us or in a prayer position at heart center. Really fix the gaze. And this is a good time to connect with the breath. Steady the breath. Steady breath, steady mind, steady body. And then stepping it back into our crescent lunge in our safe position. And then lower the hands to the floor, stepping our right foot back into high plank. And then taking a chaturanga, lowering our chest to the floor. Inhale to upward dog and exhale to downward dog. So either stay here in our downward dog for a couple breaths or lower the knees down, coming into our child's pose. And just reconnect with the breath. And just a little reminder that yoga is also playful, so when we're doing these challenging poses, just remember, don't take yourself too seriously, just maybe challenge yourself if you feel ready to, or just take an easier pose, stay on the ground if it feels necessary. And when you're ready, coming back into our downward dog, we're going to be doing the left side. So let's inhale our left foot up to three-legged dog, and then exhale, knee to nose, holding it here, then stepping that left foot just behind our left hand, rising our hands up overhead, raising our right heel, coming into our crescent lunge. Even that is a bit of a balance in itself. And taking a couple breaths here. Last inhale and exhale. When you're ready, really reach forward, coming into our arrow. So making sure our hands are kind of in this long, straight, diagonal line from our hands to the back of our heels, making sure our back heel is lifted and we're on our toes. Again, either staying here or take an inhale, coming up, rising into our warrior three, elevating that back foot. And again, either bringing your hands, meeting at heart center, or your hands can be behind you or in front of you for an extra challenge. Really focus on one spot in front of you, taking another inhale. And exhale, lower that back foot back into our crescent lunge. Well done, everyone. And then sending those hands to the mat, stepping it back into our high plank and lowering it down on the exhale. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward dog. Again, staying here for a couple of breaths. Thanking yourself for the practice today. So the next pose, we're going to move to the floor. So however you want to get to the floor, either jump through your hands, coming onto your bum, or just gently lower to the ground with your feet in front of you. We're going to take a couple of navasanas, which is boat pose. Really going to engage the core. Again, another great balancing pose. So when you're ready, we're going to lift the feet off the floor, coming into parallel, and then lifting our hands like you're holding a big beach ball, and taking another inhale here, and then exhale, squeeze, knees into chest. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. So when you're ready, lifting your feet up into parallel, and then leaning back, engaging the core, lifting the hands to the side like you're holding a big beach ball, and either stay here or straighten that right leg, really for an extra challenge. One last breath. Amazing, hug it out. Well done, everyone. Last time, you know what's coming. We're going to aim to straighten both legs, or just have a play around with it. And again, if you don't feel like it today, just really focus on engaging the core, keeping your back straight, to not make sure you're not rounding the back. And let's go again, lifting the feet, and either try and straighten the legs or keep the knees bent. Couple more breaths here. Well done, everyone. Keep going, and exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Well done, everyone. Okay, when you're ready, hands out in front, gently with bent knees, lower the back all the way to the mat, one vertebra at a time, coming onto the mat, lying down. So here we're going to just take one last pose before Shavasana, happy baby. So taking that index finger and middle finger and wrapping it around your big toes, and really rocking from side to side, rolling over that lower back, really massaging out any discomfort and pain in your lower back. Remember breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, when you're ready, let that one go. And stretching your hands overhead, stretching your legs and feet overhead, giving yourself one big stretch and then collapse down to the floor. Shavasana, last pose of the day. So really here we want to spread the feet wide, let them relax. We want the arms relaxed next to us, fingertips maybe curled. And here we're going to spend a couple minutes here, so it's worth getting comfortable. So grab a blanket or an eye mask if you want your eyes completely covered. And again, really focusing now on your feet, letting them go, letting them relax into the floor. Working our way up the body, focusing on our calves, really relaxing our calf muscles into the floor. And our thighs. They've worked hard today, really releasing all of the tension in the thighs. And our hips, really sinking our hips into the floor, into the mat. Moving up into our chest, really surrendering our chest to the floor. Again, really deep breathing. Helping release all of the tension in the body, letting the arms melt into the floor, and then our head, really relaxing our forehead, our chin, our facial muscles, and our tongue, just letting our tongue, no tension in our tongue or our mouth. And all we need to do is just breathe in this moment, just you on the floor right now, and enjoy this last minute just by yourself with your own thoughts and the breath. And when you're ready, we're going to wiggle those fingertips, wiggle those toes, maybe deepening the breath, really help waking up the body, maybe taking your arms overhead, stretching this out. You can either stay down here or follow me, and you can just really hug the knees in the chest. Maybe rolling over the back, the lower back, and gently roll to one side, hugging the knees still, maybe with your eyes closed, finding yourself to a comfortable seat on the mat, coming into maybe a cross-legged position, palms resting on your knees, relaxing your shoulders. Let's take a big inhale together through the nose and out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, palms meet at heart center, raising them up to the forehead. Bow your head down, namaste. Thank you everyone for sharing this practice with me. I hope you enjoyed. Look out for the next video, it'll be released soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.